All right, my man. You rocking with Nick. New channel, y'all. Kings at 34th Street.
What's good, King? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Talk to me, man. All this talk that's going on as we search for a new point guard on the Knicks. What's your intake on that when we speak of potential players that could be coming to the Knicks? Like a name particular like Damian Lillard. What's your...
I mean, we kind of talked already, but there's no way the Knicks is gonna get Damian Lillard. I know it sounds bad to say, but they're not gonna get Damian Lillard. They ain't got enough star power for Damian Lillard to want to be with the Knicks. I don't know what we're gonna do. There's a lot of good point guards out there. I was actually looking at the free agency this morning, but it's gonna be hard, man. It's hard.
So you're not big on Damian Lillard coming to the Knicks?
I mean, I'm super big on Damian Lillard coming to the Knicks.
Is it because of his age? Oh, you are. You for it. You for it.
Of course, I love Damian Lillard. Who don't like Damian Lillard?
Well, there's a lot of people, believe it or not, they ain't taking nothing away from his game, but they feel like it would be the same scenario when we acquired Carmelo Anthony. Like we, you know, for one.
Damian Lillard's a winner by itself alone. You ain't need. I mean, we got. Man, we're gonna talk about. I don't want to talk about Carmelo Anthony.
But I'm just saying, when we compare him to Damian Lillard, would we be making the same mistake if we was able to pick him up?
Nah, he at the top of his game right now. And he also a very, very good clutch player. Could be maybe a better point guard, but still clutch nevertheless. But I feel like Damian Lillard is a superstar. You know what I'm saying? I can't see him being with nobody but the Lakers or a team that's already right there at the championship hole. I mean, look how much he holds his teams down. Every year, he ain't even got nobody. He got maybe CJ McCollum.
Right.
But every year, he hold it down and get all the way East and Western Conference Finals, semifinals. So I don't see a person like Damian Lillard say, okay, the Knicks, maybe as far as his broader his horizon with like being like more polarized, popular. But as far as like coming to the Knicks and bringing a championship with him, it'll be hard. He would have to at least bring one other player.
And are you saying this because you know that if we was to acquire him, look what we might have to give up?
Exactly. You're going to have to definitely give up a lot of pieces for a guy making $40 million a year.
Now, some say they wouldn't even mind trading off Immanuel Quickley, R.J. Barrett, and Obi Toppins.
I get rid of all three of them for Damian. If that come along, let him go. I love Obi too, but he got to go. Damian Lillard is I mean, if you don't know, I don't know if you watch basketball people on it, but he's a bona fide superstar. Bona fide. So to get rid of those three guys, it's like I wouldn't even think twice about it.
Okay, what if it was Mitch, Julius Randle, and Frank Ntilikina?
Well, we can't kid. First of all, right, I don't think it'd be a good idea to whoever offered Frank Ntilikina $1, let him go. Don't match that shit. Let him go. If it's $1, let him go for $1. Right? Mitchell Robinson, we got to give him that paper. He been holding it down forever. The last thing I want to see, and as Knicks fans, we know that we have a history of our players going other places and brandish and doing very well. I mean, Trevor Ariza, shit, I can go on and on. We ain't gonna do that. You know, as Knicks fans.
Right. So you're not concerned with Damian Lillard being 31 years of age?
Oh, nah, he in the top of his game. He got it good 5 years ago.
That's the problem. Good 5 years. But how long would it take the Knicks to rebuild to be a championship contender team, though?
I mean, if you look at it, look at the Phoenix Suns. They did it in 1 year with just one player. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they pretty much changed the orchestra of the team except for Chris Paul. So all the Knicks really need is a leader. You know, one person could actually change the whole dynamic of a franchise. You know, but it depends on what kind of leader is he. You know, when you mention Carmelo Anthony's name and you mention Damian Lillard's name, they're not, Carmelo Anthony, no disrespect to him, he's not a leader. Damian Lillard is a leader, always has been. He takes responsibility for everything that's on the court, and that's why I felt like he'd be a great asset to the Knicks. But can we get him? What we got to give up to get that man?
Okay, now, once again, you said something that's quite interesting. You said that Carmelo Anthony wasn't a leader, but Damian Lillard is.
Definitely.
So I want to ask you, what do you see in Damian Lillard's game that Carmelo Anthony did not have when he was with the New York Knicks?
Damian Lillard definitely takes. He's a poised player. He doesn't get rattled. And I mean, don't get me wrong, he go out and get you 50, just like Carmelo did. but it comes with a certain type of distinction where he separates himself from average basketball players. I mean, if you think about it, who would you say is the top point guards in the league? You're probably gonna say Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, and Damian Lillard. Anything else than that is like, ugh. I mean, you got a lot of point guards coming up, but I mean, Damian Lillard is he's just solid, man. And I don't respect a lot of players, but I respect Damian Lillard game.
Okay, so if he was to come to the Knicks, with us having to give away Obie, Immanuel Quickley, and R.J. Barrett,
That's beautiful.
You don't think we'll be back to square one, though?
No.
Without
man,
R.J.
no,
Barrett?
Man. Imagine, right? Let me tell you something, right? Imagine if the Knicks traded for Damian Lillard today. Do you know how many free agents? And all we had to give it with is R.J. Barrett, who improved over the course of the second half of the season. But when he was playoff time, he was like a fish in a shark's pond. Immanuel Quickley, who I love to death, but he is a two guard and not necessarily a point guard. He could put up buckets, but can he get others involved? That's the two. And then Obi Toppin, who's, I love him. I love his dad. They're close family friends of mine. But, unfortunately, this is a business. And we already have someone locked in at the 4 with Julius Randle.
And word is, being that you brought up Obie, word is he wouldn't mind being traded, man.
I don't think he would. I think being in New York and, especially playing behind someone like Julius Randle, I think he'd be better suited for like playing with the guys who want to run up and down that floor. I mean, I can see Obie playing with someone like Ja Morant, easy pick and roll, them being a Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, Phoenix Suns type of offense. You gotta play with guys that is like, that ball gotta move. And,
right.
That was the difference between the Knicks losing to the Hawks. That ball wasn't moving.
And why is that? When it was moving in regular season, why we get to the postseason and start playing ISO ball?
It's what happens when you're a fish in a shark pool. When you're in a fish in a shark's pool and shit different. When you're a fish around other fish, you know what I mean? Fish smaller, you able to bully. But then when it comes down to it, when you get in that big pond and you got other sharks, you got sharks. It should get a little different. You got piranhas. It should get a little different. You know what I mean? It's not different than anything that ever happens in the world.
Okay. Now we're gonna switch gears a little. The Team USA Olympics. Some feel that Julius Randle should have been on the squad. They ain't pick him.
I don't think he should have.
Why not? You the first I heard say that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He's had a couple of good seasons, but even this year wasn't even a breakout season for the man. I mean, he had a great breakout season, made the All-Star team. But I've watched Julius Randle since a freshman at Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? Julius Randle, in all honesty, should be like in that Anthony Davis conversation. With those long lists of guys that went to Kentucky. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to give him all his kudos for what he did for the Knicks, bringing us to the playoffs. With a squad that, and then you got to think about Mitchell Robinson. Maybe they could have been a little bit better with Mitchell Robinson. So you know what? I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But as Julius Randle, Olympic basketball is totally different than NBA basketball. As you can see, because the U.S. teams are losing right now.
And why is that, man? This is crazy, man. We can't beat France?
Well, but the reason is that these guys play all year round with each other. And the European game is a fundamental game. And you have to have fundamentals. It doesn't matter how high you can jump, how fast you are. And you put together 10, 15 guys who are fundamentally sound and all believe in each other, then you can go far. I mean, you've seen that with the Phoenix Suns and shit. As long as you believe in each other and nobody cares I got 30 and 15, I got this and that. If you actually believe in each other, anything is possible.
Right. So with that being said, you think Julius Randle didn't get snubbed for not being on the Olympics?
Oh, man, no.
Because they were saying that the reason why they ain't picked him because they thought he wasn't a shot blocker.
He isn't. He isn't. He's not a great three-point shooter. Holds the ball up a lot, as we saw in the playoffs. And I mean, his playoff performance didn't really intensify the committee to pick him for the Olympic team. And you look at that Olympic team, it's full of superstars. You know, you got to pick up some guys, you know, that's coming in from like, you know, maybe freshman year. But these guys are great role players. Is Julius Randle going to come in for the Olympic team and be a great role player? I doubt it. Do you think so? I don't think so. I don't think he'll be a great role player. I think he's a great co-captain. I think he's a great third man. But to have him come in and say, hey, Julius, we want you to block shots and rebound for the whole summer. I don't think, you know, you got to realize he's undersized as a power forward, only 6'8". Might not even be that tall.
Right.
So, you know, you got to bang in with these guys that you got pro players playing in these Olympics now. It's not like 20, 30 years ago where it was the dream team of 10 guys that's going to the Hall of Fame. You look at the Olympic team now, a lot of them guys probably might not be going to the Hall of Fame. It's not about picking the best players. It's about picking the best team.
Right.
And right now, in my opinion, I don't think Julius Randle is a great team player. And they don't have a lot of great team players on there, and that's why they're losing. That's why they're down, because basketball is more fundamental than anything. You could jump the highest, you could run the fastest, you could be the tallest, you could be the shortest. But if you're not fundamentally sound to play this game, it's a losing effort.
All right, my man. I want to thank you for coming on.
I appreciate
Kings at 34th Street.
Make sure you follow
with
Kings at
Knickavelli.
34th Street. Knickavelli.
There we go, baby. Peace.